There's a certain kind of silence that stings more than words ever could. You send a message, and nothing. Hours pass, then days. You keep checking your phone, hoping for that notification, just one reply to ease the tension gripping your chest. But it never comes, and that's when the overthinking begins. Maybe you were too eager, maybe you said the wrong thing, or maybe you just weren't enough. The thoughts keep looping, twisting into self-doubt, making you question everything. You replay the last conversation, searching for clues, dissecting every word, every emoji, trying to figure out where you went wrong. But here's the truth. This mindset is exactly what's keeping you stuck. Most guys make the mistake of chasing validation, trying to win attention instead of commanding it. They get trapped in a cycle of trying harder, when in reality, the real game isn't about chasing at all. It's about becoming the guy she can't ignore, the guy who doesn't seek approval because he knows his worth, the guy who doesn't beg for attention because he already has it, from himself, from his purpose, from the life he's building. Women don't fall for the guy who overthinks his every move. They fall for the guy who moves with certainty, the guy who doesn't need to convince her to care because she already does, because he's created a presence so strong, so undeniable, that she finds herself thinking about him even when he's not around. So stop chasing, stop overanalyzing, shift your focus inward, because when you become the man who owns his value, she won't just reply, she'll be the one waiting for your message. Listen closely. If you've been acting like a 24/7 customer service hotline, always available at her beck and call, it's time to make a change. Being too available, it kills attraction faster than anything else. Think about it. If you're always the one initiating, replying instantly, and constantly keeping the conversation going, you're not creating desire, you're making yourself disposable. She starts to expect you there, all the time, with no mystery left to unravel. Here's the key shift. Create some space. Let her feel your absence. It's like this. Imagine a TV show that drops every single episode all at once. Sure, the content might be great, but where's the excitement? Where's the suspense? It fades quickly because there's no anticipation, no mystery. The same goes for attraction. When you make yourself too easy to access, you lose that spark. But when you leave a little room for curiosity, when she doesn't know exactly when you'll reach out next, it creates a sense of longing. She starts to wonder, what's he up to? Why isn't he texting me? The mystery. It makes you unforgettable. It makes her come to you, craving that next conversation, the next interaction, just to experience the excitement again. So stop being the guy who's always available. Start being the guy who's a little harder to reach, a little harder to figure out. That's when the real attraction begins to build. Most guys don't even realize it, but they're dancing to her rhythm instead of setting their own. Every time she texts, they rush to reply. Every time she pulls back, they panic and try harder. It's a cycle of chasing, reacting, and waiting for her next move. Like a game where she holds all the power and you're just a player hoping for your turn. Stop. That's not how attraction works. The moment you start reacting to her every move instead of leading, you're already losing. Think about it like a dance. If you're always scrambling to match her steps, adjusting your pace to fit hers, you're not leading, you're following. And no one is drawn to a follower. Women are naturally attracted to men who create their own rhythm, their own pace, their own energy. So what's the shift? You set the tone. You decide the pace. Instead of waiting for her to text first or constantly checking if she's online, you live your life on your terms. You respond when you want, not when you feel pressured. You initiate conversations with purpose, not just to fill the silence. When she sees that you're not orbiting around her every action, she starts tuning into your frequency instead. And here's the key. When you do reach out, make it count. Don't send another generic "hey" or "what's up." Those messages are forgettable background noise in her day. Instead, send something that shakes her world. Make her stop scrolling, pause whatever she's doing, and actually think about you. Maybe it's something playful, something unexpected, something intriguing that makes her wonder, what's on his mind? Because the goal isn't to be another notification she glances at and ignores. The goal is to be the one guy she's waiting to hear from. The one guy who isn't just reacting to her moves, but making her react to his. So stop being predictable, stop dancing to her rhythm, set your own and watch as she starts following your lead. Most guys make the same mistake. They reply like clockwork. The moment a message pops up, they're on it, typing away as if they're on standby, waiting for her next move. And at first, she might appreciate the attention. But over time, it becomes predictable, expected, boring. The more available you are, the less she values your presence. Now here's the truth. Most men don't understand. Silence isn't absence. It's power. When you stop responding instantly, when you let moments breathe, you create something rare, anticipation. The mind fills in the blanks. When you're not always there, she starts wondering, where is he? What's he doing? Why hasn't he replied yet? That curiosity, that tiny spark of uncertainty, that's the beginning of attraction shifting in your favor. Think about it. Ever binge-watched a show that released all its episodes at once? Sure, it's fun for a while, but the excitement fades fast. Now compare that to a show that drops one episode a week, leaving you waiting, thinking, what happens next? That wait builds tension. It makes the payoff stronger. The same principle applies to conversations. If you're always available, always there, there's no thrill, no suspense, nothing to keep her hooked. And here's the key. The pause isn't about ignoring her. It's about creating space for attraction to grow. A well-placed pause makes her feel your absence in a way that draws her in, not pushes her away. It shifts the dynamic. Now, instead of you waiting for her, she's waiting for you. Instead of your messages being just another part of her day, they become something she looks forward to. Then, when you finally reply, your words hit different. They carry weight. They feel intentional, because she's no longer just reading them, she's craving them. So stop treating conversations like a job where you have to clock in and out. Master the art of the unexpected pause. Let silence do the work, and watch how she starts leaning in, waiting for your next move. Most guys don't realize this, but attraction isn't just about what you say, it's about the energy you bring. If your life revolves around waiting for her text, checking your phone every few minutes, overanalyzing every word, she'll feel it. And the moment she senses that she's the center of your world, before she's even earned that place, the attraction starts to fade. Here's the truth. Women aren't drawn to a man who's just available. They're drawn to a man who's alive, a guy with passion, a guy with purpose, someone whose world is already moving, with or without her. That energy? It's magnetic. It's the difference between being a passing interest and someone she genuinely wants to be around. Think about it. Who's more attractive? The guy who sits around waiting for her to reply, rearranging his entire schedule just to be available. Or the guy who's out there, grinding at the gym, working on his passion project, mastering a skill, living life with intensity. The second guy doesn't just text, he adds to the conversation. His texts aren't just routine. They come with energy, excitement, something worth responding to. And that's the shift most guys miss. If your texts are the highlight of your day, she'll pick up on that. But if they're just a small part of your already exciting life, she'll feel the difference. She'll start thinking, what's he up to? She'll start wanting to be a part of it. So stop waiting. Stop making her the mission. Build a life so full, so exciting, that when you do text, It's not out of boredom or neediness. It's because you genuinely have something worth sharing. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Most guys think attraction is about constant communication, keeping the conversation going at all costs. But here's the truth. Drowning in meaningless, repetitive texts doesn't make you more interesting. It makes you forgettable. If all you're sending are the same dry, predictable messages, "Hey, how's your day?" or "What's up?" you're blending into the background. You're just another notification on her phone, another guy in her inbox, easily ignored, easily replaced. But when you shift your focus from quantity to quality, everything changes. Instead of chasing constant replies, you create conversations that stick, messages that make her pause, that challenge her, that spark something deeper. Instead of just asking, "How was your day?" ask something that actually makes her think, "What's the one thing you've been dying to try but haven't yet?" If you could relive any moment in your life, what would it be? What's something most people don't know about you, but should? These aren't just questions, they're invitations. Invitations to open up, to connect, to create moments that linger in her mind long after the conversation ends. And that's what makes the difference. That's what separates you from every other guy sending the same forgettable small talk.